I know. GMM 500, it's coming. It's been delayed a bit. There's a lot of little pieces that have to come together, but it will be here. I promise you. Sorry for the wait. That doesn't matter, though, for this video, because right now, we've got to talk about an absolutely massive, cataclysmic level new piece of information that would change the shape of not only the summer, the year, the generation. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. This is a RUMOR. So that means take it, not in factuality, right? We're going to talk about how it could be true and how it could be false, but it centers around Switch 2. You see from the title. And I think, man, the Switch 2 is a touchy subject. The biggest feature, the best new feature of Switch 2 is what the heck. This feature is designed by Shigeru Miyamoto to keep us guessing at all times, and so we would never be certain of what the heck was going on. I mean, we've been talking Switch 2 for years now, and there was a point a couple of years back over the summer where we were sure it was going to get unveiled. Bloomberg gets involved, a whole bunch of sources get involved, and then it's not. And then the OLED comes out, and there was a Pro, but it didn't happen, and now there could be another one, and now we have the Pokemon Presents leaker who got the Pokemon Presents right and says the Switch is coming at the end of the year. All of this stuff comes together for today's rumor, which again would be insanely exciting and absolutely huge and line up with a lot of what I've thought. But let's dive in. And before we do, Lexa Play Card. This is the memory card that will house the Tears of the Kingdom. You and Zelda and the Zonai will be safe on 1 terabyte or less if you so desire of storage. The fastest, most secure memory card in the market. Every time you click the link in the description down below, it helps the channel, and I've heard it makes Nintendo a little more likely to release the Switch 2. Now, apparently the Switch 2 is going to be shown off soon. We've got a huge rumor today that says Nintendo is preparing a massive June event instead of their typical summer direct to unveil the next generation Nintendo Switch console. Now, that would be bananas. It would be incredibly exciting. I'd go crazy. You might go crazy. And it fits because we know Nintendo has a very empty schedule, right? They have a very empty release date list beyond Pikmin 4. It's zero. We also know that even before E3 shut down, Nintendo said, hey, it doesn't align with our plans. Now, could these be their other plans? Well, this extrapolates and goes even further by saying Nintendo will reveal the Switch 2 in June, and Nintendo will then have a playable community event in September, their Nintendo Live. And not only will they have the Switch 2 there, but they'll have their brand new Mario game that sounds like it's going to launch with the Switch 2. This is being touted as a two-pillar plan to introduce the system and then let people play the system before what seems like a holiday launch. Now, in this rumor, there's no specifics about the exact launch date. It's just June reveal, a presentation in June, followed up by the big live event in September, which would have more information, more games, and a chance for fans and players and consumers to go hands-on up in Washington, in Seattle, and see what this is all about. Decide for themselves if the new next-gen Switch is worth the upgrade. Now, that sounds like one heck of a plan. And we do know that there's a lot of facts that back this up, right? Nintendo did say their plans for June didn't align with E3, indicating a separate event. And we do know that Nintendo announced Nintendo Live, a very strange event where they've done like mall tours, they've done one-off things, but having like a big come together, everybody see Nintendo Switch, it doesn't seem like that's just because they want you to play the next wave of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They have no games coming in September or anywhere near September. There must be something for this event. Tears of the Kingdom's already been out for like 5 months. There's no way. This is going to be tied to something. But is it tied to Switch 2? Is it tied to just a holiday lineup? Is it tied to a new accessory? Is it tied to a new Pokemon? I don't know. What I want to say is that this lines up so well and makes so much sense that I feel like anyone could make it. Now, we got to talk about the source here. And that's where, no offense, no shade, but I feel like this falls a bit apart. All right, this source is Mike Odyssey, who seems like a great guy. I watched the video, his channel seems to be really well done, and I respect his Nintendo coverage. He says that he has sources who he doesn't name and doesn't say where they're from, but multiple sources are telling him that this is real, that this is happening. I don't think that someone's just completely BSing when they say that there's a source rumor from multiple sources, but I do question, why would this person have this knowledge and not others? Why wouldn't this rumor be coming from Jeff Grubb? Why wouldn't this rumor be coming from Nate Drake? And sure, like, things can be leaked in different ways. They can be said in inappropriate spots, or they can be talked about to people that maybe they think have less ability to spread. I don't know. I will say that Mike Odyssey says that these sources also told him about a Nintendo Direct for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now, we know we didn't get a Direct, we got a final trailer live stream. And it's easy to say, oh, that's what we meant was a live stream. But Mike Odyssey did source that Direct rumor from an email that he got. And that email said, an upcoming Direct. So something is very fishy here. I would love for June to be the big Switch reveal. I would love for September to be the chance for all of us to play it. We can have a meetup, we can play Switch 2. Like, honestly, that is dream come true heavenly status. But sometimes rumors are so crazy they seem wrong, and sometimes rumors are so easy they seem wrong. And I wonder if this is a case of the latter. I'm not gonna go and put a hashtag trust SwitchForce on this and say I know it's false, but I do feel suspicious based on the source, based on the sources that are clearly jumbled and trying to be very accurate about a Direct when it was really just a presentation. And mind you, they didn't just say, oh, it's a Direct, oops, it was actually just a presentation, we just heard something Zelda. They supposedly had a leaked email, and that email said Direct, so to me that's very, very fishy. Now, I want to say that there's a chance that this is actually the exact order of events, and it has nothing to do with Mike Odyssey's sources and rumors. Like, Nintendo very well could be prepping a summer announcement for Switch 2 and a September playable event, and that just makes logical sense. So this is an interesting video and an interesting concept because we're at a point where, like, yes, this is a rumor, but this is also a theory. This also lines up very perfectly with what Nintendo could logically do, and as we know how their production works, how leaks come from factories, and at what timing and when they would need to showcase things, when they need to announce things, this lines up. So we have a rumor supposedly from sources, that's one side of it, but then the same rumor could just apply logically. In fact, I've kind of said as much that Nintendo could have a big event this summer instead of E3, and then oops, E3 is canceled, so hey, even better for Nintendo. And now they have Nintendo Live in September. What if they have the Switch 2 there? Like, this is kind of easy pickings, and sometimes easy pickings is like, wow, okay, yeah, this makes so much sense. It probably is true. Like, you know, when we see like Nintendo is working on another Mario game, you're like, duh, that's true. But is it true because they actually have sources, or is it true because it just makes too much sense? I think one thing about rumors that we need to be very careful about, and that I try to make very certain and clear on this channel, is this actually information that is leaked or put out there, or is this just people's logical conclusion after looking at the evidence, right? Like, a leak is, oh, we heard Mario Odyssey 2 ties into, you know, the movie line story from the Super Mario Bros. Movie. But then a rumor that you just kind of put the pieces together is, oh, Mario Odyssey 2 is coming to Switch 2 and will bring back Cappy. Like, it's a rumor, but isn't that just you logically putting 2 and 2 together? And I do feel like in this case, a Switch 2 event in June and a Switch 2 everybody come play it in September is more the case of logically putting 2 and 2 together. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it very well could be accurate. I'm gonna say that I don't think this rumor is a leak. Does that make sense? Am I being clear here? I think this is maybe even slightly likely, but I don't think that it's because of this, if that makes sense. I mean, it could be. Again, there's no way to know with stuff like this. It's hearsay, right? And people do say stuff. I've been a part of and followed the video game industry enough, and I now work for a developer where I know people say stuff. I know things that aren't public yet. People say things and know things from other companies. It's totally possible that this information is out there and that this is happening. And it might. But you're going to have to be the judge for yourself if you buy into this rumor or not. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll put a link to Mike Odyssey's video in the description if you want to see exactly what he says and kind of gives his reasonings. But he himself is also very clear that this is a rumor and should be taken as such. So take it as such, but hey, at the same time, maybe start looking at flights for Washington. All right, everybody, love you so much. GMM 500 coming your way soon. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you lots. SwitchForce out.